there, I'm back again, and I've been doing some maths videos lately, but I'm now going to start by doing some English ones. We're going to start very simply by looking at word class, because words underpin everything else, and children are expected to know what type of word everything is. Broadly speaking, there are four main word classes that we use with the children. So there's noun, verb, adjective and adverb. They'll probably be quite familiar. You might have used those yourself at school. I personally don't remember learning much about this myself at school, but as a teacher I found out plenty, and the children these days know lots about it as well. So, nouns. They are objects, put simply. They're things. They can be, there's sort of 5 different main types of noun. We won't worry about those now. One of the important ones for them to know is a proper noun, which would be a place or a person, because you would use a capital letter for that, so they need to know that. Other nouns would be things like banana, table, bin, you can tell I'm sitting in a kitchen, things like that. So moving on from nouns, you then also have verbs, and again, broadly speaking, verbs are doing words. That is an oversimplification. There are lots of different types of verbs, but again, let's not go crazy. Let's just keep it simple. So, strictly speaking, a verb is something that we do. Moving on from that, we have adjectives and adverbs. Now, they're both types of description. So an adjective would describe a noun. It would be something like the blue sky, the happy child, the yellow banana, things like that. So something that describes a noun, an object. When children first start to use these, they absolutely love to put about 1 million in, and we read stories about, you know, the disgusting, terrifying, horrifying, repulsive, sweaty ogre. I mean, it's not particularly effective, but we've got to start somewhere and got to give them credit for trying. So adjectives are a great way to describe, and they describe nouns. So finally then it's adverbs. Adverbs can be phrases as well as just words. We'll do a whole another video on adverbs and adverbial phrases. But adverbs describe a verb, so they describe how something is performed. For example, she ran quickly, or he tiptoed quietly, she smiled sweetly, and things like that. Typically they do end in ly. So I was at school, people used to say things like, use an ly word, and I'd know what they meant, but didn't really understand necessarily what I was doing. So we do teach them exactly what's going on, and we don't tend to call them ly words because it doesn't actually describe what's happening, whereas children get to know what adverb means. There's sort of a common mistake that we generally as adults make. We say it all the time, and children say it too. It would be something like, she sang loud. You might be wondering, what the hell is wrong with that? You might have sort of figured out the difference. So if we say she sang loud, the word loud is an adjective. It should really describe a noun. It should describe a thing. If I'm saying she sang loud, because sang is a verb, it's an action word, a doing word, it should be she sang loudly. It's a really common thing that people do. We know exactly what we mean, and so it seems completely pedantic to bring it up, and very anal. But unfortunately, in some people's opinion, the SATs are pedantic and anal as well. So we sort of may as well suck it up and get used to it. So just, yeah, recap. So something like, she sang loud is incorrect. It should be she sang loudly. We might say her singing was loud, she sang loudly. The other thing that comes up in the SATs is wanting the sort of children to be able to identify words where they can be in more than one class, and it switches depending on the sentence and the context. So an example would be asking the child to tell you what the noun is in this sentence. We went for a walk in the park. Children are likely to say park, which is true, but there's another one as well, and they're going to probably miss the word walk. So if it's we went for a walk, then the word walk is a noun, but children are going to automatically think that it's a verb because you walk, it's a doing thing. But of course, if you're saying we went for a walk, You're now making it a thing. In a similar vein, some words are actually really multifunctional and they go across all 4 word classes. The word fast can be a noun, an adjective. I am doing a fast, if it's during Ramadan, or a verb, I am fasting. It can also be an adjective to describe a thing. The cheetah was fast, or it could even be an adverb, she ran fast. There aren't many words that fall into those categories, but some do. And so again, it's really important that the children understand exactly what is meant by each word class and how each word can differ in different contexts, so that they can make those differentiations and they can see what's happening and why. That's it for now. Thank you very much.